What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? JamiroFan 2000 here with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. For the uninitiated in this series here on my channel, this has been my discussion series for nearly 9.5 years here on my JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai, and they're now over 31 years of musical making. And here in the month of June of 2024, we had some considerable major anniversaries of Jamiroquai album releases, and two of them being pretty much some of the best albums of the discography. But I thought I'd record an episode of JamiroFan Talks About to talk about the importance of these two album anniversaries and their releases, at least both in their own benefit of being amazing albums from the over 8 album Jamiroquai discography of the last 30 years. Now, the first anniversary we were celebrating, of course, was on June 8th of 2024. We were looking at the nearly quarter-century release anniversary of Jamiroquai's 4th album, the follow-up to their major mainstream-breaking, world-breaking 1996 album, Traveling Without Moving. Of course, I'm talking about Synchronize. And Synchronize, it may have not sold gangbusters back in 1998, but nonetheless, it was a very important album in the sense that it's probably the only Jamiroquai album on their discography that is literally like the Beatles' Revolver, which means it's an album you can listen to all the way through, from beginning to end. Every song is absolutely awesome on that album. But yeah, like I said, Synchronize celebrated its 25th anniversary on its release back in 1999-98 on June 8th of 2024, and that moves on to, and let's move on to the next Jamiroquai album that's celebrating an anniversary in June of 2024. And of course, next album anniversary here in June of 2024, on June 20th of 2005, nearly 19 years ago, on June 20th of 2005, Jamiroquai's further funk-driven musical experimentation continued on their next-to-last album release. You know, kind of sorrowful release. But their next album release on their Sony Music contract, of course, I'm talking about the mesmerizing Dynamite. Now, Dynamite was an absolutely amazing album for its time, but, like I said, it was more of the experimentation we come to know from the latter musical evolution of Jamiroquai of that time. And also in the month of June, there was another album anniversary release that I think deserves a little bit more mentioning. And of course, I'm talking about Jamiroquai's debut album, one of the most daring debuts from any musical artist of any musical genre of the early 90s. On June 14th of 1993, nearly 31 years ago, Jamiroquai's daring debut album, Emergency on Planet Earth, was released onto an unexpected musical world. And as you could say, the rest was hashtag Jamiro history. Reflecting back on all three of these albums, especially Emergency on Planet Earth, to even consider being an A&R person working for Sony Music and seeing the lineup, the multicultural, literal doe-eyed, Chiba-eyed lineup that Jamiroquai had at that time, and the amazing melange of musical genres that was on display in just that first debut album from Jamiroquai. It's hard to believe that A&R person would go and go, we need to sign them to Sony Music. So, that's something to consider when you go back and listen to the absolutely awesome acid jazz, world music melange that was Jamiroquai's debut album, Emergency on Planet Earth. Now, I may still herald Return of the Space Cowboys my favorite Jamiroquai album of the whole album discography. We're yet to hear the 9th album, so, maybe that could change. But nonetheless, these 3 albums are very important cornerstones of the whole Jamiroquai fabric of the Jamiroquai album discography, and I highly recommend everybody online Jamily to go back and listen to all 3 of these albums. They're celebrating major anniversaries here in June of 2024. All 3 albums on their own and in time are absolutely astounding albums of songwriting, musical eclecticism, and absolute musical ingenuity. So highly recommend everybody in the Jamily to check out all 3 of those albums in your own time, streaming wherever you consume online streaming music. And if you like to check them out on YouTube, I'll be sure to put streams to all YouTube playlist streams to all 3 of those aforementioned Jamiroquai albums that are celebrating anniversaries in June 2024. Down in the description there, this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below. So be sure to check those all out in your own time. And as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I hope you enjoyed this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest videos coming from the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. I am a few weeks away from me going on my big trip over to England in July of 2024. And as I covered on my recent channel update, I put up here on my channel. I hope everyone's had a chance to check that out. I'm going to be doing content when I can, where I can, while I'm I'm over in England on my 2-week holiday, so do not be expecting lots of videos, but I will try my best to bring you those videos. And of course, as mentioned, I will be doing multi-day vlogs when I'm over there on my holiday, so be sure to keep your eyes out for releases of those vlogs forthwith when I become available to edit them together and to upload them on YouTube. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody, and take care.